Morning Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans. I get today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Akane-banashi chapters 190 through 195. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will, Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have a full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked winter anime season in full swing, in which today we are covering Hell's Paradise Shigakuraku. We are also covering Vigilante Boku no Hero Academia Legals, Tune Into the Midnight Heart, Oshinoko, Jujutsu Kaisen, Masaya no Slave, Fire Force, Sosudo Freiren, Dead Account, and Digimon, and there's even more on the way, including Akane-banashi. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So now we are heading into the God of Death content. So let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And we're starting off with a very beautiful color page here. And here we go. Full of energy and Hakata. And this chapter is titled, What is Death? The God of Death's practice arc begins. After watching Master Shomi perform the play, Akane and Rokuro must try to reproduce it. Now let's begin the training. I will ask you two to rehearse my version of God of Death. Who will go first? Well, I want to go first. First. Me, right now. Me. I want to go right now. Gonna do God of Death. Want to go do God of Death. Let me go first. Let me go, please. Honey-san, please. I think Akane should start. Thanks so much! How very mature of you. I'll ask you to go first then, Akane. Actually, if I could be so bold, I'd like permission to perform God of Death my own way. That is acceptable. Thank you very much. I'll start now. Well, it's been long true that things go in and out of fashion. Even if it didn't have any connection to Shiguma's art, I absolutely would have learned God of Death. I'll see you later. I was so eager to follow the path he set. The story, God of Death, originated in Europe, which is why the pandemic of the 14th century, the Black Plague, killed over 25 million people. Death was very prominent during that time. Memento Mori, Danse Macabre. I played Danse Macabre! I played it in Wind Ensemble, so yes, I know of the Danse Macabre. Philosophy and art were heavily focused around death during that time. The image of death as a skeleton was born. All religions have different gods, but all share this. Personification of death itself, the God of Death. Personification of death. I've kept it in my mind, examining its color, trying to answer the question, what is death to me? Of course, we're covering death. This is the perfect timing to cover death, isn't it, for me? Arriving without warning, confronting you without mercy, irrational. No. Ooh, this is beautiful. I don't want to die. She conveys the tension of the moment before death, evidence that she deeply grasped the concept enough to deepen the tension of the moment to make it her own. I didn't realize she had this rich of a mastery. Of Master Shiguma's special, the God of Death, of Darkness. God, this art is fantastic. And like seeing Akane in this cave of darkness with the candles and shit, it's like, yeah, this is a throwback to when Shiguma's performance. I remember it. She must be thinking of that if freedom is the key to this story, she might as well go with the art her master taught her. And she's not wrong to think it. However, at that level, I cannot declare the story finished. AKA acknowledgement that story has been mastered. Is it because it's completely different from the previous Shomei's God of Death? Well, as your instructor in this case, I won't deny it. However, what you have demonstrated is not the mindset of the God of Death. It is the mindset of one who suffers death, of those who feel its grasp. Therefore, one does not sense the image of the God of Death itself. The mindset of the God of Death is the nucleus of the story. As long as you have not grasped it, I cannot declare your story finished. That is all. Rokuro, you are next. I agree with him. I agree with him on this. God, the mindset of the God of Death. If his claim is that I'm on the side of the victim, then I guess it's true. So how should I think of it? God of Death, personification of death itself. What is death to me? Oh. Stop it! I'm doing that thing where I make it harder than it needs to be! Pause, reset, pause, and reset! Master's God of Death was so powerful, but it wasn't just scary. It was a little silly and had an eerie kind of cuteness to it. At this point, I could see that's what I sensed. What I sensed was the lineage of the previous Master Shomei's God of Death and of light and sunshine. That's right. If he thought that God of Death was meant to be only scary and nothing else, then he would have learned the dark God of Death from the start. The reason he didn't do that is because he sensed the true nature of God of Death within the previous Master Shomei's art. And to find out about that true nature, you came to ask me about my master at this late hour? Well, you truly are the epitome of act first, think later. I'm sorry. Yes, that's it. This is the Akane I remember. Anyway, you should have invited me too. I feel left out. There, see? Forgive me. Given the era we live in, I was hesitant to invite a younger person to a social event. He's like a boss from work. I thought it might be seen as harassment. Well, my family has passed down and maintained the Miyoseki of Shomei Tsubukiya since the Edo period. We are a Rakugo clan. The previous Shomei was my father, the 8th Shomei Tsubukiya, the Rakugoka known as the Stain of Tsubukiya. Alright. Towards the origins of the cheerful God of Death. Alright, let's see. Let's get to 191. Akane must find out the origin of the cheerful God of Death. And this chapter is titled Stain. A family whose sons are always Rakugoka. Each one as an Okamon who defines the era he lives in. Over 200 long years, they have been stewards of the Shomei Tsubukiya name. Dude, this is everything showing this timeline. Oh my god. I am the heir to that legacy. And my father was the previous Shomei Tsubukiya. How did I cure your daughter's illness, you may ask? I asked you to wait outside of my office, so I believe, sir, you only heard the sound of our voices, yes? Did you happen to hear me lecturing her in a bossy fashion, perhaps? Something about gratitude to one's parents and how to make one's way in the world? Now, while I was saying all of this, I had my leg up and my waistcloth was untied, which means she caught the occasional glimpse of my ding-a-ling, oh my god, fucking A. Which means she caught the occasional glimpse of my dangling testicles. There I was trying to boss her around with my jewels out. She was hysterical with laughter. Testicle doctor. A doctor who gives lofty speeches while flashing his testicles, curing his patients with the power of laughter. But this would not work in the political correctness era, the post-Me Too era, because people fucking suck. He got the crowd roaring with nonsensical Rakugo stories. The heretical Rakugoka, Shomei Tsubukiya the 8th, the Rakugoka known as the Stain of Tsubukiya. Stain? They may have had a point to that. It was an era in which the true Edo style was held to be witty and chic, not laugh out loud funny. A very self-satisfied, if you get it attitude. But he went against the grain, taunting his contemporaries by insisting, "Get your heads out of your butts, losers." That the point of Rakugo was to please the masses. He was very cool, wasn't he? He was just a contrarian. The God of Death that I'm teaching you is the product of that contrarian. The only person who was enough of a lunatic to want to learn it, aside from me, was Master Shiguma. In my youthful naivete, I was mystified. The man who stood alongside Roku and Isho, one of the heroes of mainstream Rakugo, the Jewel generation, who was more popular and influential than my father, and yet, why? I'm looking for the answer to that question myself, probably because I'm being tested as to how one faces the concept of death, and Shomiani-san bears some resemblance to my master's. Nah, that's not it. Sorry, forget that. I know you don't get it. Here's the reason. God of Death came from the West. It's fundamentally different from Japanese horror stories, which is exactly what makes your old man's God of Death so good. His death is very dry. That's what makes it good, he said. What did he mean by being tested? It seems that the previous Master Shiguma had given him some kind of task. I do not know the details of it. I have very little experience with the man. As far as the previous, Akane? Different from Japanese horror stories. An eerie kind of cuteness. It came from the West. Death is very dry. Does that mean the God of Death is... Woo! This art! Huh? Akane? I could have sworn you met eyes then. When you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you. It would seem that you caught sight of the God of Death. And then, despite his animosity toward Arakawa, he goes and gives the title to the Arakawa girl. Not only that, he's taking her around Fukuoka and training her, you know. Sometimes hatred is just a cover to hide one's affections. Shomei should fess up and be honest with himself. I thought you actually had something to talk to me about for once. Instead, I find you sloshed to the gills, Rion. That's Okaban Rion Kenpude. You'll have to forgive me. I'm something of a Rankatar. Can't help but have an interest in the outlandish. Now, there's no need to go sighing at me. You already know what I want to talk about. Someone to act as a liaison between the Federation and Arakawa since the spot is currently empty. Because that was Shiguma that did it. We've got these big expensive promotions for the 100-year shindig coming up. We can't afford to be putting on this toothless front. Do you have a recommendation? That's my chairman so quick on the uptake. As a matter of fact, I brought just the person I want you to meet. Now, aren't I just the best? Come on in. Oh, no, not this motherfucker! Howdy doody! Wait, what? He's on this side? Well, now I feel awkward. I mean, it's fine. I'll survive. No need for the scowls. Be at ease. I'm an ally and friend to all Rakugoka. We need to pump up the excitement, both for the Rakugo Federation and the upcoming ISSHOKAI. Let's see. The King of Comedy has a secret plan. All right, let's get to 192 and find out what the secret plan is supposed to be. Let's get to 192. Akane's personal diary, written in her own handwriting with the 3 days of practice. All right, let's see. So, in this chapter is titled The Form You Got Now. I'm going to master death. Gonna master God of Death. Yeah! So the Fukuoka God of Death death training itinerary. So July 31st, 9 a.m. Triplicate training, 3rd attempt, fucking right to left. July 29th, 1 p.m. meeting at Hakata Station. 3 p.m. HVG Hall arrive. 5:30 p.m. Shomei Tsubukiya solo show. 7 p.m. Triplicate training, 1st attempt, 1 of 3. Whew, dude, I love the drawing she did too. This is cute. July 30th, separate shows. 10 a.m. Triplicate training, 2nd attempt, 2 of 3. Shomei and Akane, 3 p.m. Kurume Town Plaza. Shomei Tsubukiya solo show. Rakuro, 4 p.m. Kitakyushu Art Theater. Rakuro Kashiwaya solo show. July 31st, 9 a.m. Triplicate training, 3rd attempt, 3 of 3. You are here. We're on the 3rd day. 6 p.m. Moriki Neo Theater. Shomi and Rakuro 2-man event. August 1st. Final training return. Let's see. I see. Not bad. I think it's safe to say that you've both grasped the mindset of the God of Death. This concludes the 3rd of our triplicate training sessions. Tomorrow will be the final training. Mind the details. Yes, sir. I'll be careful. I have something to attend to, so you are free until 5 o'clock. Do not be late to tonight's 2-person event. What are you busy with? Making no compromise to complete my collection is another of my principles. Oh, you want to focus on your hobby. I get it. Training's going well. I'm mastering God of Death, but what you doing after this, huh? Hikaru, my friend, recommended some restaurants to me. I see. You're in Fukuoka? Should have told me. Is it your first time? What you want to eat? We got tons. Takatsu ramen, sesame mackerel, matsu nabe, subatsu pork belly. In that case, ooh, it's so cute. You're renting a car? Yep, I love driving around a new city for the first time. We've been so busy training, we haven't seen any sights in Fukuoka, have we? Want to check out the town? Absolutely, I'd love to join you. Aww. Hikaru's burdock root tempura udon. First visit to Ozaifu Ten Mangu Shrine. Aww. Crate digging with Anisan. First time sweet being shaved ice. Oh, this is cute. Oh, that sweeping flavored shaved ice was so good. This gives us just enough time to return the car and head over to the venue. Oh, here we go. Kaisei Arakawa's solo show. Rising star of the next generation of Arakawa in his first visit to Fukuoka. It's hard to ignore him, especially if you're trying to tackle you-know-what. You know about? Yeah, we performed together a while back. I think it was before the Shinichi promotion test. That's where I heard. Kaisei's god of death. Oh, this art! Ah! The reverse negative contrast! Yes! A core of refined shadow, technique polished to a sheen. I found it chilling, and I bet he must have evolved since then. Just grasping the right mindset isn't going to be enough to win, I don't think. I too need to evolve as a Rakugoka. Well, how will you do that? I don't know, you got any suggestions? Well, this is your problem to solve. I know, but still, I'm just kidding. You've struggled to figure it out for yourself, right? Give me the rundown. It's a show where we both do God of Death. For variety's sake, I knew Kaisei Ani-san would have a particular approach, personal style, so I wanted to try the craftsman style to distinguish myself. I was listening to Master Shomei from the wings, hoping to learn something, but yeah, Master's style is pretty specialized. So I asked him directly, and he said, if you keep trying different experiments in rapid-fire succession, you're bound to ruin the form you've got now. Sometimes a snail's pace is the true shortcut to progress. That's a fair answer. I think so, too. Unfortunately, this opponent isn't one who will sit around and wait for me to catch up. I need the means to win right now. Are you willing to play risky and make a bet on the possibility of a huge leap forward? Of course! Hani-san was right. And I'll say this. Our first day in Fukuoka, I listened to your performance and I thought, it sounded like a recording, not a live performance. Maybe that's because you're trying to play all the instruments at once? Try delegating a little. If you do that, you can surpass your own realm. My own realm? And that's that. Here, hop in. The only thing quicker than an explanation is a demonstration. Our practice together aside, since I made Fudetsume, this is my first time hearing the brightest new star alongside Mikiru Ani-san, the Shinoichi Rokuro Kashiwaya. All right, here we go. We're gonna see him now. Let's see. Wait, this is 192, right? In search of greater evolution. All right, so let's get to 193. Here we go. And this chapter is titled Weaves a World. The man of the moment. What can Akane learn from Rokuro? A special documentary aired on TV this March. A promotion to Shinoichi in which he leapfrogged over 23 people, even more than Chocho... Kanjakute, there we go. Just after that, an appearance at the National Cultural Theater, which earned him the gold medal in the Morning Star Arts Prize contest. These impressive feats and many others were put on display, but the part of the show that caught the most attention was Rokuro Kashiwaya's only setback. When you asked me about the evolution of the craftsman style yesterday, sometimes a snail's pace is the true shortcut to progress. I believe I clearly laid out the proper path to take. However, what is proper is not always what is effective, especially to those who do not recognize recklessness for what it is. Ah, you got me. You said before that dedication to the story is the essence of the craftsman's style. That is correct, however. Not every method of dedication is equal in its effectiveness. If you want a way to dedicate yourself to the story that is appropriate to you, then take my advice and learn from his example. The Song of Rokuro Kashiwaya. Here we go. Thank you all so much for coming. While the popularity of certain hobbies changes with the times, there's no doubt that there's always been great interest in fishing. The story unburied. Hachigoro, a known womanizer, spies his woman-hating neighbor, Seijiro Ogata, with a young girl in his home. Yes, you saw her too, didn't you? She couldn't have been more than 16 or 18. That's a weird way to count. What happened to 17? You kidding? Yesterday I bet against the odds and lost them all. Such a stupid joke. The deep, soft bass, the powerful but harmonious tenor, a pleasing melodious mix. Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Rokuro Ani-san's art has evolved to take advantage of sound. This art is everything! Oh my god! Because we got the, we definitely got I think that's an upright bass more than a cello. I could be wrong. But anyways. And I think that's a viola. Yeah, because the viola, because it says the deep, soft bass and the powerful but harmonious tenor. Yeah, so that's got to be a bass. And the tenor, that's got to be a guitar. Yeah. it's kind of like Mikharu Anisan's Uda Choshi singing style. You're curious about the girl. This descension into darkness. If you aspire, then I suppose I must fess up. It's art style. Oh my God! If you'll forgive me, you might find the story rather eerie. Yesterday, I went out to Mokujima for some river fishing. Well, maybe it was an off day. I couldn't get a single bite. Ready to give up, I started wrapping my line around the rod when... Ooh, the base behind him! The stroke of the base! The sun descends behind the western mountain. The clamor of the evening bell arises. Yama of Asakusa, 3 crows take flight atop the trees. This art, man! His intonation is soft, but it carries clearly. But that's not the only thing that's noteworthy. What a Rokugoka can do is deliver the raw material of the story through words and gestures. How that material is assembled and enjoyed is up to the audience listening to it. You have to leave Rokugo up to the audience, and that's why it depends on them whether or not they enjoy it. I've heard that a lot backstage, but there are exceptions, like Rokuro. You know how sometimes you'll be listening to music and you suddenly see the ocean or rolling plains? It's kind of like that. Ooh, this page! It's the sound that conjures images. Rokuro, you see, weaves a world with his voice. Oh, this is beautiful. A skeleton unburied. After 420 days of filming and plenty of painstaking interviews with fellow Rokugoka, family members, and other related figures, it was clear that Rokuro Kashiwaya's one setback, well, I guess it was my high school entrance exams. I really wanted to go to the school by my house, but I didn't get in. It had nothing to do with Rokugo. But in a way, it proved a point. Defeat, disappointment, tragedy, none of these tripped him up. He was unbound by the chains of failure and negativity as he made his way toward challenging the giants of his field. He kept winning as though no other outcome was possible. It proved that he was born a champion. The power of sound to elicit imagination, but it's not that. It's technique that's possible with the way that Anisan grasped Rokugo as a string of sounds. The thing I'm missing, my way of dedication, it isn't about the sound. Focus your attention deeper, wider. If you can grasp the true core, then your performance will be elevated into a one-of-a-kind phenomenon. I see what they're talking about. I am. If you could, like, the way he's intricating it with sound, like, the best comparison to this is Kono Onotamare. The way Amiyu uses music to create imagery is just on another level. I'm telling you, go read Kono Onotamare. If you do not understand what they're talking about in Akane-banashi, in terms of Rokuro's analogy, go read Kono Onotamare and you will completely understand it. I totally get it for multiple one, because I'm a musician, former musician, so I already understand the analogy anyway. But, like, the best example of this is Kono Onotamare. Fuck, any music manga, really. Kono Onotamare is the one that comes to mind. But another one would be the Shiori experience is another good example as well. But anyways, let's get into 194. Will Akane be able to understand Rokuro's intentions? Who is happy with his work? With the work? Let's see. What you should learn from him lies yet ahead. If you can grasp the true core, then your performance will be elevated to a one-of-a-kind phenomenon. Okay, speaking of Kono Onotamare, god damn, this color spread is very much giving it. But with the best opponents at the highest level on stage, motherfucker, this color spread is straight up giving Kono Onotamare down. It is. This chapter is titled The Audience. Holy shit. This art style is something straight out of Kono Onotamare. I fucking love that manga. Oh my god, Kono Onotamare is just... That manga is a fucking masterpiece. It is a goddamn masterpiece. And I'm so annoyed that there's... I think even the mangaka has come out and said they want it to be licensed, officially licensed in English. I'm annoyed that it's not... At least put it on freaking Manga Plus. Make it a Manga Plus exclusive, for fuck's sakes. Viz will bastardize the fuck out of it. Just make it a Manga Plus exclusive, and I will be happy. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. After captivating them with his voice, Jesus Christ. A skeleton unburied, Jesus. This is beautiful. After such a pleasing melodious sound, the crowd is now gripped by an unsettling tension. I felt such pity for that body abandoned to the elements that I sent up a prayer for its soul. I went home and laid my head down in the middle of the night. I heard the distant bell of Bentenyama Asakusa casting its pall. But enough, it's too gloomy, damn it! Give me a break, I get out of these spooky stories. Do you really gotta make it so depressing? Then I'll tell this story instead, but you'll have to forgive me, because if I tell it, even the gloomy parts will come out sounding as cheery as a sunny day. His performances, today's style is Coltrane, are influenced by whatever jazz musician he's listening to that day. On John Scofield days, he invokes the power of the phrase, yes, the distant bell of Metayama Asakusa casting its pall with the gawning. Hi, kitty. Dude, this is beautiful. This is definitely giving a very Shiori experience. Oh, hands down. This is different from Makiru Anisan's Light Touch. It's a more mellow, melodically enhanced form of Choshi, an upbeat style that stirs feelings up of elation and amps up the crowd, and the more enthusiastic the audience becomes, furier his demeanor. Yeah, this is definitely Shiori experience down. Holy shit, this is so Shiori experience down. Passion and song, each lifting the other. It's like a concert. I listened to your performance and I thought it sounded like a recording, not a live performance. I totally get it. Maybe that's because you're trying to play all the instruments at once. Try delegating a little. If you do that, you could surpass your own realm. Yeah! This is Shiori experience! This is Shiori experience down! It totally is. I think I understand everything. Even if it means casting myself aside, the idea is to hone a story to perfection and deliver it in its ideal form. In other words, the secret art I learned during the Zuen Prize, despite being the same craftsman style, is fundamentally different from this core you're talking about. That's why you were resistant to teaching me about it, knowing that you still wish to tackle it. I'm sorry, but I realize that this approach feels more like me. This marks the end of tonight's Kaisei Arakawa study session event. Please watch your step as you exit the theater. You really knocked them dead. It's quite a change-up for you since the Shidoichi promotion test, but I have to say, God of Death is shaping up nicely. I'm not there yet. I've only just grasped the trick, the core of the personal style, plus knowing who I'm up against, I can't afford to overlook the slightest detail. Very diligent of you. Ordinarily, one would expect Kaisei to have the advantage, but given his opponent's propensity for growth, she can't be counted out. Two young lions locked in a battle to the death. Who will triumph, and whose flame will be snuffed out by the god of death? Finally, the showdown between these two young artists, brimming with talent and passion, is here. Well, let's get to the final chapter of this live reaction, which is 195. Let's see. Akane and company are back in Tokyo. How much has their god of death improved with their practice sessions? Here we go. I'm finally back. It's Tokyo, baby! Yeah! Fukuoka, God of Death training, August 1st, final day, 9:30 a.m., final God of Death session, 11:40 a.m., leave Fukuoka Airport, 2 p.m., arrive at Haneda Airport. You seem hyper. The motion sickness pills worked, but also it was a ton of fun. I hope we get to visit Fukuoka again someday. Bunchy says. Finished God of Death in 3 days. I thought it nearly impossible challenge, but I did not expect. Who is it? Something neither sunny nor gloomy. It's me, of course. The God of Death. Woo! It heralds a path to a new principle. Quite terrifying, that daughter of Toru's. But while I declared your version complete, I will not accept the madness you exhibited at the Zuen Prize. What? Why are you being so harsh? Just keeping you in check. Those who cross her path all become the guardians of young Akane. A haiku by Rokuro. You too, Rokuro Ani-san. Thank you for all your help. Yeah, no worries. Just focus on yourself. Apparently, this Ishokai is going to be the first time since the Shinoichi promotion test that Kaisei is being invited to one of Master Isha's events. He's already obsessed with his mentor as it is. You know he'll be fired up about it. He's going to enter this event with all of his body and soul. It's hype, right? So win it. I will. Kick his ass. Let's go! Were you watching us from somewhere? I literally just saw her off at the station. Seriously? Guess I've got good timing. So, how'd it go? You really need to ask? She wanted to evolve her style from the Zuden prize, just like you said she would, Ani-san. In that case, I did as you asked and gave Akane some training. Mikiro! Way to go, Rockman. I knew you could do it. Knew I could count on you. I don't know, man. You were so dead on that it's kind of scaring me. Yeah, it happens I'm psychic. Her performance at the Zuden prize was really fantastic, super cool, but speaking personally, I wish she'd enjoy Rakugo more. That's all. You could have taught her, Ani-san. I don't want to be unfair to others. Plus, we'll be meeting up very soon, all of us. I'm thinking of you, even if I'm not around you. Keep it up, Akane-ru. Aww. What's up? I'm back up from Fukuoka, Master. I know it's been a while. I'll admit it, but prep for the Ishokai is going well. I'll be walking on stage as a member of the Isho school, but my heart will always be here, so please watch over me. But, on the path leading to the Shiguma's art, I'll use God of Death to be Kaisei Ani-san. I will grant you one request of me and seize the truth I cannot see yet. I'll have to claw my way up to being a Shinoichi. And then came the season of Crimson, November 22nd. Among the audience were many colossal figures from the worlds of finance, politics, and entertainment. There host the Isho School, bold rising talents, the Arch Four, and the organizers of the celebration, the greatest of his generation. The curtain will now rise on the most decadent and dazzling cruise excursion in Japan. The Ishokai leaves port. Let's go! Overflowing with feelings, all that's left is to reveal them to the world. Dude, I am so hyped. You guys, I am so ready for the Ishokai. The Ishokai is fucking here. The Ishokai is here, Mr. Kitty! It is here, Mr. Cat! Yeah! You're the reason why all my content is late today, Mr. Man. Well, that and my alarm clock not going off. You and your fucking eye bogeys, okay. Oh my god. But I'm really hyped. Dude, this art is getting better and better. Holy shit. I'm loving that we're getting some Shiori experience up in here and a little bit of Konoha Orotomera up in here. Oh my god, I'm looking forward to God of Death. Holy shit. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Akane-banashi content. If you wish you could do that, donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee, purchase something off our Amazon wish list, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later.